अस्सलाम वालेकुम। क्या हाल चाल है आपके? उम्मीद है सब खैरियत से होंगे। So welcome to my channel Mathematical Room. So if you remember that in our last two lectures or last two videos we have studied about the inequalities or linear inequalities. So what are the linear inequalities? That the linear equation which has not the sign of equal are called the inequalities or linear inequalities. So it means if we don't have the equal sign between the two terms or between any expression, so we have the signs of greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equals to, or not equals to. So that's we have studied in our last two lectures. So now we are going to solve the equations of linear inequalities. So today's lecture is about the equations with the inequalities are called the linear inequalities. So we are going to solve and find the values, or you can say that find the solution sets. So as you can see the today's heading I have written over there, it's representing the inequalities on the number line. So we are going to find the solution sets with the signs of inequalities, and we have to represent these inequalities on a number line. So what is the number line? So we have to understand that what is the number line. So I'm going to write down the question over there. What is a number line? So when we are going to find the inequalities or linear inequalities of the, or you can say the solution of the linear inequalities, then whatever we have got the answer, so we have to represent these so that solution set on the number line. So number line is a kind of straight line that you can say that I'm going to draw a straight line over there. So that's the straight line, and that's the origin, or you can say the midpoint of the number line. So a number line is a straight line which the numbers are always placed at equal intervals. So numbers will be placed on this line on equal intervals. As you know that the right hand side on the number line, the right hand side have always the positive numbers. I'm going to mention the positive numbers on the right hand side. So we can say that if 0 is the midpoint of the number line, so the numbers on right hand side will be positive 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and so on up to. And if we go on the left hand side, so left hand side always we have to write down the minus or negative numbers, just like -1, -2, -3, -4 and -5. So that's called the number line where all the numbers have on the equal distance from each other. So we are going to find the linear inequalities, or you can say that solution sets of the linear inequalities, and going to represent on a number line. So that's called the number line. So after finding the answer, we will have to represent the answer on the number line. So let's start from an example that if I can say that I'm going to take a very easy example of any equation that can be written as 4x plus 1 less than equals to 13. So we are going to find the solution set of this equation with the sign of less than and equals to 13. So this expression on the left hand side of the linear inequality is showing that is less than equals to 13. So that's the same process we have to do that to find the value of x, and then let's see how can we represent the solution set of this equation on the number line. So first of all, we have to find the value of x. So take the plus 1 from this side to the other side. So same process we will have to do with this linear inequality. So 4x less than equals to 13 minus 1. So when this positive 1 will be taken to the other side of the linear inequality, so that will become as negative number. So 4x less than equals to 13 minus 1 is equal to 12, and then take this 4 from left hand side to the right hand side. So this 4 is multiplying by x, and you take the other side, so that will be in the denominator. So we can say 4 will divide 12, 4 3s are 12. So the x will become as x is less than equals to 3. So that's the solution set of the linear inequality. So x is less than equals to 3. So how can we represent this x is less than equals to 3 on the number line? We can say that the solution set is equals to, you know, the sets always be written in flower bracket or the middle bracket. So that's the way we have to write that solution set as x. That line will show x, whereas x is less than equals to 3. So that solution set can be written in this form. So now we have to represent this x is less than equals to 3 on the number line. So as I have draw a number line over there on the top of the question, so I'm going to represent this solution set on this number line. So x is less than equals to 3. So first of all, we have to find where is the 3. So that's the point 3 that we are going to take to represent this solution set. So less than equals to means, so all the values of x are less than, means the values are given on the left hand side, or all the values are less than 3. And equals to, less than equals to mean, okay, that these values are equal to 3 and less than to 3. So there are two possibilities over there. So less than and equal. So less than means all the smaller value from the 3, and equals to should be equal to 3. So we can represent the solution set from the point 3. So all the values of x is less than equal to means that all the values on the left hand side will be the solution set of the linear inequality. So that line is showing that the solution set of this linear inequality, that x is less than equal to 3 means, so all the values should be started from 3. So 3 means equals to 3 and less than equals to 3. So all the values on the number line on the left hand side are the solution sets of this linear inequality. So that's how we represent the solution sets on the number line. So that's the same process we always done in the linear equations to find the solution sets, and the same process we have to do in this linear inequality, that we have to find the value of x, and then when we find the value of x, mean solution set of the inequality, so that can be represented as in the middle brackets x, whereas x is less than equals to 3. So all the values which are representing by x are less than equals to 3, means all the values on the number line will be less than and equals to 3. So 3 is the point where we have to start our number line on the left hand side, because all the values on the number line on left hand side are less than, and we will take the number 3 as well, because 3 is the point where the value of x will be started. So x less than equals to 3 means 3 will be included in this solution set, and from the 3 this point on the left hand side, all the values are the solution sets of the linear inequality. So that's how we have solved this linear inequality and find the solution set, and we have represented this solution set on the number line. So that's how we can represent these linear inequalities on the number line. So this is called the representation of inequalities on a number line. So it's very easy to solve these kind of questions, that we have to do the same thing as we do in the linear equations, or as we do to find the solution sets in the linear equations. So in linear inequalities, as the name representing that linear inequality means, so we will have always the sign of greater than, less than, or greater than equal to, or less than equal to in the linear inequalities. So keep these things in your mind. So we will take some other examples in our next videos. So that was the very simple example that I have chosen to make the lecture easy, that you can understand that how can we represent the inequalities on the number line. So hopefully you will understand that how can we solve, or how can we find the solution set in sets in linear inequalities, and after finding the solution sets, how can we represent on the number line. So as I have told you, that number line is the line or is a straight line, that I'm going to write down some information about the number line. So a number line is a straight line on which numbers are placed at equal intervals. So that's, you can say that's the definition of a number line. So a number line is a straight line on which the numbers are placed and on equal intervals. That I have told you that if 0 is the midpoint of the number line, so on the right hand side on the equal intervals all the numbers will be written like as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the right hand side, and the negative numbers will be written on the left hand side, 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 on the equal intervals. So that's how we can find the solution set of inequality. So once again I'm going to tell you about this solution set, that x is less than equal to 3. So less than equal to 3 means that number will be started on from the number 3, and less than equal to means all the numbers which are less than. So what numbers are less than from 3? So on the left hand side if you see all the numbers are the less than equals to 3. So that arrow sign is showing that so on. So on means all the numbers started from 3 on the left hand side will be less than, and equal, equals mean 3 will be included in this number, in this solution set or in this number line. So all the numbers on the left hand side on the number line are the less than from 3. So less than equals to 3 means, so 3 will be included in this line. So hopefully you will understand that how we have solved this question, how we have solved this linear inequality, and how we have represented this linear inequality, the solution set of this linear inequality on the number line. So inshallah I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care of yourself, and please do subscribe my channel that you can see the latest videos, that how can we solve the different kinds of questions in the simple way. So तब तक के लिए इजाज़त दीजिए. Take care of yourself. खुदा हाफिज़.